Hello everybody, Abba here. Today we'll be playing a bit more Penny Dreadful, but first story time. So I built this deck the other day, just like a joke, because I really like the combination of Ghostly Flicker plus these cards. If you don't know how that works, this basically means that you can play them as lands, then you flicker them, and then you get the front side, which is like a kind of a fusion beater, like a 4-5 or 4-3 that sometimes flies. And I didn't think too much about it. I thought it was like a funny thing to do. I like this kind of combination. I know it's not super strong, but I like it. And then I ended up finishing the deck kind of quickly and then ran into a league just because I wanted to play some Magic. I didn't even record. I thought it was going to be like a very junky deck. And actually, I even called it Flicker Junk because I thought it was like junk. But then I ended up going 5-0, almost going 10-0. I only lost one game against Storm because I misplayed. But I also didn't know what they were doing, so it was easy to misplay against Storm if you don't know exactly what they are doing. So, yeah, that's basically what happened, and I thought it was hilarious because the deck is, I'm not gonna lie, it's not good. It's kind of funny. It's interesting, has a kind of good plays, things to do, and different decisions that make it fun to play, but it was not like good. I enjoyed playing it, so I'm going to play it again and show it in camera just so you guys can see that it's bad and don't play it, but if you want to be live vicariously through me and see me suffer with this junk pile of a deck, then you're more than welcome to do so. So a brief introduction to the deck. We have, as I mentioned, the combo of MDFCs plus Ghostly Flicker. This works only with creatures. If you blink a non-creature spell, I think it just goes to the graveyard, so that doesn't work. And the best things to be flipping are these two. These aren't like awesome. They're just like okay beaters, but the important thing is that they also enter on tap, so you can actually ambush aggro players with this, and that's so strong. Remember that this loses you lands, right? So you're losing the land that you're flickering, but sometimes you just need a win condition. This is like just a lot of damage. Like normally it's like a Ghostly Flicker is like 3 mana instant speed devastating summons or something like that. Like you just get 8 power and toughness or even more through 8 power of attackers with flash. That's pretty strong. So what do we have for the rest of the deck? We do have Watcher for Tomorrow, which is a nice early play that can trade with stuff and give us value. Wandering Mind, which is like a turbocharge Augur of Bolas. You look at the top 6. I thought about putting Augur of Bolas here, but we don't have that many instant sources, only 21. So this makes it so this very rarely misses, and it also flies, so it's nice as a thing to trade in the air or just to pressure our opponent slowly. Then we have one Baron as a nice Manowar that can also provide value. We can bounce our own stuff with this, like a Watcher of Tomorrows. Bouncing a Watcher of Tomorrow with this is like Ancestral Recall because you get the Watcher, the thing under the Watcher, and a draw step, a card in the end step, so that's a lot of value for 3 mana. We don't want to go too overboard on this, but it's a nice interactive spell too. Then we have 2 Murderous Redcap. This is great against aggro, great, solid against control as a thing to that doesn't die against wraths. And if this is persistent and you blink it, it goes back without a counter, so it's even more value. This could be a Flinkton Kabu, but in the main deck, some decks don't really play that many creatures, so I wanted to have something that has a bit more play to it. If you play a Flinkton Kabu and they don't have creatures, you just shoot yourself in the foot literally, so not ideal. One Goblin Settler, almost every deck plays lands, so it's always going to have a target, but against some decks it's not good enough, like against aggro, for example, paying 4 mana for maybe killing one of their utility lands is not good enough. So only one is great against control and other combo decks, which is a large percent of the metagame, so I like one in the main deck to try to find with cantrips, but not ideal to have many of them, or like your main game plan to be destroying lands, I don't think. And a couple of Ardent Elementaries. This could be also Archaeomancer. I think this is easier to cast than Archaeomancer, and that's why I like it. it's 4 mana for return instant sorcery. Normally we will be returning Ghostly Figure, but sometimes you just return Memory Lapse and you have lethal on board, so have a counterspell. So it's pretty good at that. It's not very efficient, but it's really good with Ghostly Figure. Here we have our card draw suite. We have 4 attacks and probes. This deck is really weird because it has some amount of stack interaction and interaction with flash and some like 4 mana sorcery speed stuff. So it's very difficult to know when to tap out and when to not tap out. So with Action Probe helps a lot with that. This is just amazing card in this deck, even though it doesn't look like it. Just knowing what your opponent plan is and trying to build your game plan around that is very, very good. For Ponder, we don't have many shuffle effects, but we do have Wandering Mind and Watcher for Tomorrow pulling the top, so it's good enough. And again, just having hits for the Wandering Mind and the Ardent Elementalist is pretty good, and setting up our draw steps, trying to find our stuffs, our one-offs, and all that is pretty good too. Treasure Cruise, because, well, one Treasure Cruise normally is kind of free. I don't think I will play the second one unless you have some amount of like Consider and Thought Scour, but one is fine. And yeah, this is nice to redraw against, to refuel against some of the other decks if your value creatures don't really cut it. And then one Thirst for Discovery. I've been pretty impressed with this card. We do have a lot of basics, so it works pretty well. And it's also instant speed, and it's like instant speed draw 3 is pretty good, especially when you have like Ghostly Figure. Maybe you are holding Ghostly Figure if they have like interaction or something like that, or if they are attacking, you can blink your things. And if you don't want to flicker, then sometimes you feel like you're wasting your mana. So Thirst of Discovery for Discovery works very well at that. Then some interaction. We have Repeal as a catch-all, Burst Lightning as shocks, useful. It's a Charm as a catch-all too, and a couple of Memory Lapse and Lose Focus. I'm not sure which one is better, because Memory Lapse normally is going to be worse than Lose Focus in most blue decks. But in our deck we can kind of set up a combo where we are just flickering our Elementalist and getting something back every turn. And getting back Memory Lapse is just like can top lock your opponent and make them really not able to impact the board for a couple of turns if they need to just hold back their spells. And that means that you get that much time to just flicker your things. So in that regard, when you're ahead, it's kind of a time walk, but when you're behind, it's kind of bad. So I opted for the split. In the future, this might be like just for Lose Focus and move on with it, but I just wanted to showcase that Memory Lapse is pretty cool too. In Cyber, we do have like Repeal and Fighting Hope as bounce spells that have like different applications. Normally, Fighting Hope is great against Juggle Hubs, for example, when you can bounce their land that's attacking. Juggle Hubs are like Ensoul Artifact kind of decks. And Repeal is good against basically everything else, like tokens, it's insane, and other decks like just play maybe like Signets or whatever to ramp. This can be useful too. Sometimes some of your cards are dead and having a catch-all is really nice. One Factor Fiction against Control, just a 4 mana threat that they need to respond to it, and if they counter this, then we have free reign to play our value stuff. Pretty good. Rebuild against the Juggle Hubs decks. This is just backbreaking. They are just wasting a lot of time playing tap lands to set up their plays, and then you just rebuild them end of turn and just watch them in despair. They have to discard 3 cards of hand size and they have no lands left. It's also great against affinity aggro and stuff like that. Negates against combo and control. We basically turn into a control deck against them, where we bring in like Factor Fiction, negate, and all that, and we just have much more stack interaction and instant speed interaction. Pyroclasm against aggro, Goblin Settler against the lands decks. There are a couple of Glimmer Post decks that we just need this effect, even though it's not as efficient. I think it's fine. Flippington Cabo against aggro is amazing. It's just a 4 mana thing that just stabilizes the board, and then you can trade with something, or you can just save it to flicker and then just win the game. Darkfleet Daredevil are great against mostly Delver, but also just sometimes you just need a 2-1 Fear Strike, and that works too. Against mono red too, you can just take one of their bolts and both of a creature of them. This could be in the main deck if the meta calls for it, but sometimes you just play against like mono white and this does nothing, so well. And then Lantern of the Lost against the graveyard decks, and that's basically it. So let's jump real quick into a league. I don't know if I'm going to play the 5 games because it's early in the morning, I need to work today, but maybe I play like 3 games and just end it. I just wanted to showcase a bit the deck and show how it plays and all that. So, see you in the games. Alright, match number 1 against Fitch. This hand is okay, we do have a cantrip, so I'm going to keep it. Now the question is, do I start with an island and ponder, or do I start with a Mara Wizard? I don't know. I think I'll start with ponder first. Oh, this seems to be affinity. So if they have a creature, I will just kill it to stop their mana development. Alright, so we have a lot of land, so I'm going to start with ponder. And let's see what we do next turn. Rebuild might be fine. Treasure Cruise looks a bit ambitious, and Akon Warrior is pretty junk, so I think I'm going to shuffle here. I don't want to draw 2 clunkers, and that's the problem I have with ponder. If you don't have ways of shuffling, sometimes you see exactly what you want, and 2 cards that you don't want to see ever in your life, and you're kind of priced to keep that. What? Myrs? I love Myrs. So maybe this is the Myr combo. I believe there is like a Myr combo deck going around. And now the question is, do I kill that or not? I probably should, right? I could also hold Memory Lapse, but I think I'm going to kill this. And next turn just set up Barring Bounce. Try to tempo them out a bit while we develop our mana. Seems to be pretty good. Alright. They have Mirrodin Besieged. Okay. Mira is the one that they... When they cast an artifact, they create a mirror. Wow, that's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, I think we ponder here. We could play the wizard, but I think I don't want to do that. Elementalist can be pretty good. So I can do Memory Lapse this turn, Elementalist get back the Memory Lapse, or the Burst Lightning. So I think I'm going to keep it. Pay life here because they are not being very aggressive. And see exactly what they are doing. What the... Okay, so they are kind of an artifact. Oh yeah, they do have the Myr combo. If you don't know how that works, I also don't know. I think if you have 2 Myr Galvanizers and several Myrs, you can actually untap and generate infinite mana, and then you can kind of storm off. Because one Myr Galvanizer untaps the other one. I think that's the combo. It's kind of a clunker, but it's kind of nice too. Alright. Send the Dark and Archmage. Okay, they drew that. Now they do have... Okay, I think I need to do Memory Lapse here. The opt-in response, sure. I don't think they can counter here because... Oh, they wanted to opt-in response. That makes sense, okay. Okay, so now I could Archmage, barring this thing, but I don't think I want to do that. I think I want to kill this next turn. Then next turn they have 4 mana, so they will play this. So I want to play the Elementalist, get back, and shock. Yes, I think this is fine. We drew too many lands. This deck plays only 18 lands and 8 of these, so it's in total 26 lands. Normally I count this as lands because I want to play them always. Especially with 18 lands, kind of drawing too many is very difficult with cantrips and all that. But sometimes you just happen to float out like crazy, and then you can just play like a 5 mana 4/3, almost vanilla. Okay, they just played the Galvanizer here. I'm going to probably bounce that. I think I want to kill the Centaur. can hold burst lightning here. Okay, so let's just maybe even play this. I have 6 lands already. Don't think so. I think I just bounced the galvanizer. I can now ambush one of their Myr tokens if they just play the galvanizer again. They are playing pretty well because they are forcing me to answer those things instead of the Archmage, the Vulcan thing. Another prototype, okay. They're making a lot of Myr. This card is being pretty insane. I never saw it played for Myran. I always saw it played for Phyrexian and tried to do that kind of play. Okay. Another Elementalist. I don't care about their mana development anymore, I don't think. So what I'm going to do here is probably just play the Elementalist, get back the Memory Lapse. And now if we find eventually the Flicker, we can start killing everything. Okay. They have too many Myr. So far Mirror in Besieged has been insane. The rest of the deck is being pretty meh. They have a Lord in the Myr Galvanizer. Okay, another Myr I don't care about. I just let this resolve, honestly. They have still 3 mana, so if they play the Galvanizer, probably just lapse it. Okay, can hit 1. I want to save my Elementalist for now at least. Okay, Watcher for tomorrow or Wizard, Omara Wizard. I think I play this mostly because I need to find the Flicker. Okay, another Watcher for tomorrow or a Ponder. Remember that we don't get it right now, so I think I'm going to play to get the Watcher for tomorrow. And probably just pass. I could play a Wizard tapped, but I think I'm going to play it next turn if I don't draw anything. Okay, that's the one I wanted to kill. They get 1 card draw from this. Okay, there we go. And there are mirror 2/2s. Do I take 8 here? I don't think so. I think I trade Baron. I want to save my Elementalist. Okay. Wandering Mind can be what I need. That's not it, okay. I think I now play this and just pass. I need to start training stuff for tokens. Just hope they start drawing a bit of lands here. No, they draw another Archmage, okay. We're on the back foot here. Luckily we do have a nice cyber plan against them. They drew more stuff? Wow. Okay, we are losing this game now. By a mile. Okay, so we are even dead on board. So far I don't think so. Next turn they do have infinite mana, though I don't think that matters too much. Okay, so I can block. I need to block 3 to go to 1. So no real decisions here. I could go to 4 instead, but that doesn't change anything, so. Okay. I don't think I have anything that really comes back from this. So the good news is that we do have rebuild, and we do have a decent amount of card draw and card filtering to find the reveals. Daredevil can get their opts. Probably they also play other cantrips. I don't think they only play opt, right? Opt is kind of the bottom of the barrel in terms of cantrips, so I think I'm going to bring it in. It also blocks really well. Kabu and Pyroclasm also are pretty good. For the rest, Repeal does answer their Myr being besieged. So what do we not want here? Probably this Goblin Settler looks pretty junk. It's a charm, kills their stuff. The counters looks kind of pretty bad when they have so many card draw, triggers on cast. So maybe just cut that and play more of a tap out kind of control deck. That makes sense to me. And we'll bring all of this in. Let's see, we need to cut 2 more things. I don't think I care too much about a warrioring. I need the lands, but I don't want to get too many of those. Maybe I just keep the loose focus. Memory Labs looked very bad there, and just cut a couple more of this. Yeah, I think I like that, because I don't think we are the aggro here. And even though this block decently well against them, it's kind of a losing proposition. I prefer to have like a Flinton Taboo. Okay. And Repeal also likes, they do have other tokens and mana and Myr that we can bounce. I'm looking at the rest of the deck to see if I'm missing something. I don't think so. I like the one Treasure Cruise. The Thirst for Discovery can also be pretty good. They also have a lot of card draw, so Memory Labs can also be pretty bad against that. Okay, this hand is really good. Just need to find lands for rebuild. They also have Pyroclasm. Their deck is really good. I'm gonna give them that. Alright. Play land, go. Probably play the Watcher for tomorrow, even if we have a Pyroclasm, because we benefit even if it dies. Okay, they do have Fancy Ponder, and also my prediction of them having more cantrips also was true. So they probably have Ponder, Opt, and maybe Consider. I don't know if Consider is better than Opt in their deck. If you haven't seen it, I think there is like a nice write-up of the difference between Consider and Opt, because Wafo Tapa played a control deck with Opt instead of Consider, and people started backlashing him. Like, first off, you can really be mad about whatever Wafo Tapa decides to do. It's not that he forgot that card existed. He decided not to play it, and the reason was that sometimes you don't want to mill your own stuff. Like if you have a combo piece or a really important kind of card, sometimes you don't want to be milling that. So Consider is not always a strict upside. Yeah. Here I think I'm going to Pyroclasm so I get the land. It's kind of a lame Pyroclasm, but I kind of need the land. So the other option was to Ponder for a land, but I like this because this also sets me up very well. Okay, the Elemental is pretty good. Repeal can also be fine. Next turn we can play the Kabu, or if we don't have anything else to do, we can just play the Elementalist, get back a cantrip. Okay, let them Myr and prototype. Okay. Now the question is, what do we do here? I could save my Kabu for other things, but also I have a Flicker here, so I think I'm just going to drop this Kabu and start going at face. I think I like that idea. There's also the Flametongue Gearling, which is 2 mana for 2/1 that deals 2 damage. But it's more difficult to cast, and it just bolts, like, blows everything out of the water without too much cost. Okay. Now the question is, what do we do with this Kabu? Okay, I can bounce a Galvanizer. I can just wait for a turn. I also have Rebuild. I have Lose Focus. Yeah, I think I just pass here. Worst come to worst, I can flicker the Kabu. And if they do nothing, I can just repeal their Galvanizer. Okay. This is good. I think I'm going to let this resolve and kill it eventually with the Kabu. Maybe right now, because I can untap this ball here, block. I think I like that. Just do this. Okay, they conceded. Yeah, that was a huge blowout. I can bolt this, block here, and then I untap and get Elementalist getting back Flicker and try to go from there. Alright. Any changes? Any changes? Don't think so. I think this is fine. I don't think there is any bad cards in my deck or cards that I don't want against them. I even have like some cards in the cyber that I will play, but we have maybe too much in this particular matchup. And an important note here, building sideboards for Penny Dreadful is way different than building sideboards for other formats. Because especially in leagues, you kind of encounter whatever you play against. For example here, like Myr Tribal, that's not something that you can, take against. So you may see that I play like so many like wide a range of cards, like cards that are good against combo or control, or cards that are good against general aggro, rather than cards that are good against, I don't know, like angels or or Ophelos. Like I don't have that kind of tech that you might see like in standard or other decks, other formats. Here I'm going to play Ponder. I don't know why I almost passed through my turn. I was fast enough, hopefully. I don't know what I think I clicked instead of F1, I clicked F2. Alright, we just need lands here. We also have Rebuild, which is a nice catch. A nice bounce back spell. Okay, so here just keep the land. Next turn I play Watcher, then I can play Darkfleet, copy, opt. Yeah. Go. I'm so happy that we have an untapped Iset land. Normally we don't, and Iset is my favorite color combination in this format. There are so many cool things you can do in Iset. Alright, let's just play this Watcher. Probably I'll try to find a land, I think. Or no. Do you want a Calm Warrior as a land? I do have a lot of top end, so I think I'm going to pick the land. The other option was maybe a Detection Pro, but I think I prefer to just guaranteed land rather than anything else. Alright. They do find the Mirror the Besieged, which is really annoying for us. And now the question is, do I do Daredevil for opt or Wandering Mind? I think the Daredevil is going to block better. So let's do that. Oh, should tap the correct amount of mana. Okay. I think I'm going to keep it on top so I can play it now to get a bit more information. No, wait, I think I want to do it next turn to give extra information, I think. Because I don't have any decisions just yet. Next turn I will have decisions, like for example play the Kabu or rebuild or whatever. And the Daredevil is going to hold the fort for quite a while. The Pro-Ripe, that's fine. I'm surprised by how much the Prototype is being played. Like, one of my favorite cards are Spring Gift Drum. You don't see me playing it very often, but I think it's just so cool of a design and basically a 1 mana mox. Now, so many people don't play it. I think it should be played more, honestly. Okay, well now you see the difference, right? We do have like 3 different options. Like we could hold mana and lose focus or this for discovery, or play Flametongue Kabu or Wandering Mind. So we have like 4 different options. And just having the option to Decktech and Pro, see their hand, decide, is so important here. Okay, and now you see they have so many counter magic that I don't know exactly what to do here. Etherize, it's kind of a weird one. They can't play it just yet. Also, I kind of like my things in my hand. Okay, so I can jump attack with the one share for tomorrow, trade with the token, get a land. Play the top land and hold thirst and lose focus. That sounds right. Okay. I think this is the correct play. Okay, they don't block, that's fine. We do have the extra land. And given that they have so much mana, so much interaction, playing like a Kabu is like a bad idea. They can also play the Rebuke, so I'm just going to hold card drawing end of turn. Probably not going to play the Rebuild unless it's about. Okay, what's this? Oh, they play the Alloy Mirror, okay. So I could counter this with lose focus. That doesn't stop the Metallic Rebuke because they get the Myr token too. Okay, so they just do that. I think I'm just going to Thirst for Discovery. They can counter it if they want to. They don't. Okay, this is kind of basic. Now I can Pyroclasm. And they do have multiple interaction spells. Okay. So do I need to do Pyroclasm now, or I can wait too? Yeah, I think I can wait. Can just again play it slow. I don't mind if this Watcher dies. Okay, they trade here. Now the question is, do I want the untap land or the tap land? Let's play the Ponder first, see what we draw. Probably the tap land so I can... Oh wait, these are fine. Yeah, let's do it like so. Let's see now. So I can play Watcher for tomorrow and hold lose focus. Probably worth it. And we also don't discard to hand size, which is pretty strong. And here the question is, barring Wandering Mind or Sulfur Falls, we already have a Wandering Mind for after we resolve this Pyroclasm, so I think I'm going to get a land, which is what we are struggling with right now. And we don't need to be too aggressive here because we do have a 2/1 first strike that just blocks really well. We know exactly their hand. That's good news for us. We know they can't attack, You also don't want to block, so it's kind of win-win for us. All right. I don't know if that was right. I kind of have too many cards in hand. I think I'm just going to trip this Pyroclasm. Basically, if they want to counter, they need to use 2 counter spells. So we could also just... No, I don't think so. I think this is fine. We just let this resolve, we pay the mana, and now they counter again, and that's alright. Okay, no. We get the 2-for-1 that we got. We already played the land, right? I should have thought before playing that land. No, whatever. Alright, so next turn they have Etherize that doesn't do anything against us. It's annoying against the MDFCs, but besides that. So here they can't attack. Alright. So we know they don't have anything else. We can try to set up. Funnily enough, Reveal doesn't do anything against them because they can just replay their things, get the Mirrors back. So probably just start dropping things here. Wandering Mind can be fine, or maybe just a Kabu to kill one of their things. I do have Flicker. Can I play Kabu and save it? No, I can't. I want to play the Tutelage now, so let's just do Wandering Mind. Alright. And a miss. Awesome. Okay, let's play the red land and pass the turn. I can hold again, the reveal, the flicker, the counter. The counter is kind of dead against them. They have like 1, 2, 3, like a lot of mana, so. Oh wait, maybe I can counter this one. Myr Storm, what is this? Yeah, no, I don't want that happening. So let's. They have only 1 mana here, so I can cast this. I'm going to kick it still, just in case they have something I'm not counting for. It's kind of free to just replicate same targets. Alright. And they conceded. Yeah, I don't know if that was a fast concede or not. We just have a lot of mana here. We can start doing things like play maybe the Umara Wizard just to start attacking, or maybe the Flinton Kabu to kill one of their Myr. But we will be able to start looping flickers, all that. So it was going to be fun for us. All right, let's go to the next match. All right, match number 2 against Bernitude. This hand is kind of slow, but I'll keep it. I have several cantrips to try to find another land, and we do have these cards that are pretty good. I almost fell asleep waiting for another player. I think playing really early in the morning is kind of difficult to make it work. Okay. I really want to Detection Pro here. The mulligan, right? Yes. Let's see. I kind of need to find interaction. So let's do Ponder, try to find a Burst Lightning, perfect. The rest are kind of okay. Say no. As the turn next one I can do Burst Lightning plus Ponder, probably. Just hope they don't have too many tokens with this Thunder Street. Oh, look, they do. So this may be the mono red deck with a lot of bushwhackers. That deck is pretty potent. Yeah, let's do this first. Try to see if we need to burst lightning it now. Mock Fanatic and Goblin Chieftain. Probably I need to kill the chieftain here. Okay. Probably don't pay for that. That's another ETB for the Foundry Street. Yeah. My hand is pretty good. Also, this deck is really good. I think it's a nice build of mono red. I don't like the current mono red aggro strategy. Let's kill this now. I think this token can't attack. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so we take only 4, which is a lot. Next turn, I don't know exactly what I'm playing here. I don't remember what was the top card. Oh, we didn't know. Okay. So let's ponder, try to find another shock. I don't like any of these. I prefer a land even to these things, but not now. Alright, so let's play this red land so I can play the red cap next turn. So I like this build. I think I'm probably going to build a similar deck soon. I'm not sure about the specific cards that this deck plays, but alright, so can we win here? I mean, can I not lose? We know they have a Mock Fanatic, so I'm virtually 3. If I play this red cap, I shock here and I have a 2/2 to block one of these, so I go to 2. So we are dead to basically anything else. I like my chances. There we go. Let's do this. So them drawing that chieftain was really big. We knew they didn't have anything else, only that fanatic. Okay, we need to block this denizen. They have something else? Oh wow. That card is pretty bad. But against us when we are at 4, yeah, really strong. Alright, let's bring this in. This repeal maybe? It does gain time and they do have tokens. Fading Hope similarly, we kind of want things that can impact the board really fast. I don't think I like Thirst for Discovery. The Settler is really bad too. Wandering Mind looks kind of slow. Alright, if we bring all of this in, Daredevil can steal like a shock from them. I don't think they play many non-creature spells. I'm going to cut it. It's a 2/1 first strike, which is not bad, but alright. What else? I think I prefer... Wait, no, I need to counter some of their stuff. Like the Bushwhackers. Alright. So we need to cut one more thing. So it's either one of these counter spells or the Elementalist. I think I'm going to cut the Elementalist. I like these creatures as a cheap way of getting blockers. Also, they might not be able to play around that. And they are pretty big against red, like 4/5 is really strong. Okay, this hand is too slow and doesn't do anything. We do have the red cap, which is pretty good, and we are on the play, but... Alright, this is a bit better. Skip it and send probably the Wandering Mind to the bottom. We do have double tap lands, but at least we have the Burst Lightning for the turn 1 play if it's Street Denizen. It's really sad when you have your Soulful Fold Center tapped. Especially when you have like, what, 14 other lands that enable it. Play with fire, wow. Yeah, they are really trying to find lands, I think. Okay, let's just drop this Watcher. Probe or lands? I don't think it's that far off. I think it's pretty close. I think I'm going to keep the probe. I don't want to pay life, but as a 1 mana cantrip might be what we need. War Marshal is okay. Okay, another land. There we go. Okay, we can hold back this Watcher, bounce a token for 1, and burst lightning something else. This Watcher is also pretty good against their Bushwhackers. Like if they play the Goblin Chieftain, we can just trade with it. So maybe they can't even attack with that. Denizen is okay. We can kill it with the Red Cap. Instigator, we can't counter it. Interesting that they didn't wait for the Instigator. Probably means that they have more tokens. They don't even attack with the Goblin token. Will I tap out? I don't think I will tap out. I want to counter this though. Okay. I think I want to hold the burst lightning in case they have another Goblin Chieftain. Just play this. Flametongue Cap will probably be good enough. Start stabilizing the board. I will trade the Watcher for the Foundry Street if given the chance. Next turn we can start dropping Red Caps. Goblin Warchief, okay. I think we let them attack, trade here, shock here, take 3. I'm curious if they are going to attack with this or not. Don't even attack with the Foundry Streets. So we are taking the very slow route here. Let's shock this thing. And do we want to trade here? I have another one, so I'm going to trade. I think with a token. I'm not sure if exactly if there is a difference. Okay, let's look at their hand. Another Watcher is pretty good. Price of Progress, oh no. Oh no, I'm going to die. Oh my god. Can't even play this now, right? This is 6 damage. If we play this 8. Weird that they weren't playing more aggressively. Okay. I think we need to play this land. This is very, very bad for us, but it's okay. That's about this thing. I think we need to play the land, even though we are tapping out against the Price of Progress. I need to stabilize the board and take no more damage from their creatures. Okay. What was that? Oh, collateral damage, okay. And I get a trigger here where it just kill this thing. Okay. So I could pay 4 mana for this Treasure Cruise. I can do that plus the Watcher, so I'm going to do that. Yes, it's fine. I can't play this anymore. Alright, let's play this Watcher. Pyroclasm, probably better than a land. Will they pay for Echo here? I really hope so. No, they won't. So the route is drawing another Price of Progress. Okay. Why did they concede? You have the auto just drawing another Price of Progress and killing me like very cheesily. Okay. Not gonna lie, that was pretty good for us. Okay, so now that we saw Fight with Fire, and another collateral damage. Is this better than a land? Probably it is, now that we saw that they play they play Press of Progress. I don't want these lands. I prefer just something else. And we need to play very carefully against them. I don't want to bring in Negate. That they play mostly just creatures, but I'm not gonna lie, Press of Progress is really scary. The only saving grace for playing red aggro, I think, is that Press of Progress can just kill them really fast. Okay, this hand is fine. I'm going to keep it, send either the Flicker or the Mind. I'm going to send the Mind to the bottom. Is that crazy? I like the Wizard with the Flicker, so I think all of these 4 I want, so I'm going to send it. This thing. By process of elimination, all of the cards were fine. Goblin Cohort, ugh, just hits very hard. Okay, let's try to find the red source. The worst part is that we are also, what's it called? On the Dragon Stem now. I don't think I can keep this. I need to find a red source to play my Flamethorn Capus. I don't think I can win just by playing these 3 cards. Like, I can tempo them, 1 land, send one this to the bottom. Is that good enough? What's my game plan there? To play Umara Wizards and flicker them? It's not a bad game plan. Okay, so if I get land, Wizard, Hope, or maybe no, Wizard to the bottom that we are going to send back with this. Next turn I play a tap land and a Fairy Hope. Okay. Yeah, I think I have a game plan here. I don't know if it's good enough, but it's probably fine. I think the Fairy Hope is so good against Cohort, unless they have multiple cohorts. In that case, they enable themselves. Oh wow, they don't have anything else. Wow. Or maybe they forgot. Maybe they wanted to attack before playing a creature. That would have been funny. Okay, let's play these lands. It's not an island, it's an island. Okay. Awesome joke. Great content. Alright. Rolling War Chief. Sure. And here, what do we bounce? Probably just the cohort. No, this gives haste. Let's just bounce that and send this wizard to the bottom. We try to find a red source here, even though the wizard isn't that bad. He's gonna attack, that's fine. And now we can. Oh, look at that. So now I don't know if I want to ambush with the flicker. Maybe I want. It's a 2-for-1. I think I need to do that, especially if they attack with the Goblin War Chief. Okay. Battlecry Goblin. Alright. Now the question is, what do we kill here? Oh, they even get a Goblin. That's sick. Okay. Alright, so this can pump, this gives them mana. I think I need to kill this thing, otherwise it's going to continue generating tokens. And can also pump so they can trade with the Umara Wizard. Oh yeah, we also have randomly a lot of wizards for this Umara Wizard, which is kind of funny. Okay, here I don't think I need a land. Daredevil can block. Maybe they have a collateral damage that they use to kill this wizard. Let's see, Mr. Burnitude. Goblin Chieftain, wow, that's scary. Wow. Are we dead here? He probably draw like 4 cards. Okay, wait, they only draw 2. So here we are taking a bundle. I can kill the Goblin Chieftain. Okay, well that's a good sign for us. If they attack with everything they block here, for example, and they take 3, 9, 11, so I think they should just attack with all. Here I'm going to trade with this thing and Flameton Cabo down the Chieftain, remove their haste. They can pay the Battle Cry Goblin and pump, but that's like not that bad here. Start dropping Cabos. Yeah, Chieftain, goodbye. They can play the Chain Whirler, but if they do that, they don't have haste, unless they do another haster. The Cabo is going to trade with something eventually. 4-2 is like nice stats, even though it looks kind of aggressive. It's more than anything good at trading with anything when you're defensive deck. So Chain Whirler, okay. So I'm taking the more defensive route, I think. Now the problem is that Chain Whirler has first strike, so I kind of need to kill it. Oh wow, that's not lethal by just a hair. Okay, unless we draw like what can we draw here? I don't think we have anything we can draw. Yeah, what killed us was being on the draw on the first match and the first game, I think. Okay, so here if I draw Pyroclasm, this survives. We also have this that has haste. Okay, I can play 2 blockers. Maybe they don't attack, I don't know. I can even play the 2 blockers, so just play this. Ball that. Play land and hope that they forget how to attack. They even have the Battle Cry Goblin, because if they didn't have any creatures, maybe they couldn't activate this and they would be scared of a bolt here, so they don't attack with anything, but that's not what happened. Alright, we're super dead. It was really close. If I didn't have the Chain Whirler plus Fanatic, I think we would have been fine. You can see we took so much damage here. That was a really good deck though. Let's jump right in another one. Alright. Well, this is the last one of the video. It's already pretty late. It took too long to find the second match. So, okay, this is match number 3 against Reality Louds. Alright. This guy is fine. We do have a cantrip, Wandering Mind. Alright. Let's keep it. We do have 2 wizards. So in case you are kind of not understanding exactly what's the role of these wizards, it's more than anything like it's not a high ceiling, but it's a very, very high floor. Like this is just a tap land, so it's not that much you're paying for that effect. So that's why basically I have that in my deck. Alright. I kind of want to do it as a pro next turn to see if I want to hold Memory Lapse. So yeah, basically we are going to draw 3. Say no, go. And next turn we will decide if we want to have a 3-drop or memory lapse. Probably want to hold a 3-drop. We have too many 3-drops. Alright. Dictate of crew fix, day of judgment. What is this? Okay, so they are howling owl kind of deck. What's it called, that deck? I don't remember. Like taking turns or something like that, probably. That's the only explanation I have. There are a couple of extra turn spells that aren't that great. Okay, so here I don't think I want them having Dictate of crew fix, so I'm going to play a Wandering Mind. They can counter it if they want. Alright. That's okay. Takes their turn off too. Sometimes trading your stuff is fine. Alright. Maybe they just let me have a 2-1, but alright. That's what I thought. Alright. Go. So lose focus is no more. Alright. They find a prayer stream, which is pretty good for them. I don't think this is control. This is not a card for control. Alright. I don't think I want to play this barring just yet, so let's start with Ponder. Wandering Mind and Negate is pretty good. So let's put, let's see, I can't play this Wandering Mind right now, so I'm going to play a tap land. Otherwise I can play an untap land and play Thirst, but if I play Thirst I'm just going to probably discard 2. So I'm probably going to just hold Memory Lapse, tempo them out a bit. In that regard, just put Gitax and Pro last, Wandering Mind on Island, play the tap red source, pass the turn. I can Memory Lapse whatever they play basically, just for tempo. We know they have on the land, so it was not a backbreaking Memory Lapse. Alright, so we can now play this Wandering Mind. They don't seem to have a counter for that. They might have a Wrath, but the Wrath in this is fine. And we set it up so we know we have a Deduction Pro on top. Okay. So let's do this so we can hold red and blue. Not that it matters too much. We play that in response, okay. Kind of weird. Okay, Memory Lapse is pretty bug. I don't think I care for Deduction Probe now that I have that. There was also a Flicker, which is pretty good, but I don't think I need it just yet. Why do they have to break the symmetry here? That's what I wonder. Because this is going to give me another card for me too. The problem is I'm already a value deck, so this is benefiting them more than me, I think. Okay. I can play another Wandering Mind and hold a Memory Lapse. Probably let's do that. They can Wrath this is fine. Lose focus. More counter magic is great in this matchup. I wonder exactly what's their win condition here, like or like the thing that breaks the symmetry. Or maybe they are just a control deck that likes drawing multiple cards. I don't know. Consider it's fine. Port tapped. Okay, so they were just drawing lands, looking for lands. So let's draw an additional card. Let's attack. Okay, so they're probably going to have a Wrath. Let's play this so we can Stone Rain end of turn myself to have 12 damage, which is not lethal, but we do have the red cap, so if they don't have anything else, they repeal that. I'm feeling memory lapse here. Alright. I think I'm going to play it slow here. They Wrath here. I could counter. I can also. Well, they also have negate, so. The problem is I can't Ghostly Flicker plus lose focus. I can lose focus multi-kicked twice. That way we can continue hitting them. Getting them as low as possible so we can chase them with a Ghostly Flicker plus red cap. The Texan Pro is important here to see what they are doing. We know if they're negate. I don't think I will counter this. Okay, they have the rebuild that we know about. They have more Wraths. Thought Scour, okay. Got it. Let's attack. For 4. I think I play the Watcher since we don't really care if he dies. Try to find more flickers, I think. Treasure Cruise, I think it's too much value. If such thing exists. I can also play the red cap, that survives a Wrath and can blink it later. We do that. Honestly, yes. Honestly, yes. Just bowl their face or shock their face. At this point now, I think I may just play the red source instead of the Akun Warrior because I might be just starting playing these really bad MDFCs. They mill me. Wow, I didn't expect that. Is there a mill deck? There's no way, right? Ooh, they have the fancy prayer stream. Cool. Remember, I could have saved this flicker, but since they have negate, there's no need to do that. Ping. I might just play Barring to bounce my red cap and replay it. They paid mana, I think, for that, right? I wasn't looking. I think they paid mana for it. Okay, I just can attack for 1. Okay, let's attack for 1. Play Barring, bounce. Bounce back my red cap. I think I just replay it here. Again, just Wrath protection. We know they have another Wrath in hand. And we are basically trying to play around. Okay, burst lightning is lethal too. Trying to play around the negates and the wraths and the repeal is kind of difficult. I think we are kind of doing a good job for that. Alright. Maybe they just start taking like infinite turns, I have no clue. Wrath. Same thing. Feel like a percent lethal with the red cup. And then I have 2 things to cast. And so if they ever tap out, they just kill them. Because the flicker can flicker this and this is another shock. Unless they drew something that gains life, I have no clue. Alright. Okay. I can also draw cards with thirst, but first let's just attack here. I can do all of this on instant speed, so I think I just play this Watcher for Tomorrow, which is also lethal. They need to answer that too. Another burst lightning, that's insane. Alright. And now we just play a land. Go. If they tap out here, we just kill them. Yeah, that's good enough. Let's cast this. Now we just blink these two. Okay, that was enough. Shot your face. Hide away, get whatever. There we go. Alright. We got there. I have no clue what we are playing against. This looks like some sort of combo I'm not understanding just yet. What I know I want is it's a stack interaction, that's for sure. We also see only one card draw spell. Sorry, the Decktech of Crufix. So I don't know if I want Factor Fiction or not. Against that particular deck, like, was awful. Would have been awful, I mean, like, but I'm not sure if it's what we want or not. Okay, so let's bring all of this for sure. Now the question is whether Factor Fiction or not Factor Fiction. Probably we want it in. Maybe they just got their dictates. Maybe they are like, they have like a one-off in a control deck or something, I'm not sure. The red caps looked fine. What do we not want here? Probably the burst lightnings. We didn't see any creatures, so this is just damage to the face. Baron is good for value, but nothing else. Maybe we got like one of each, because they have so many wraths. It's good to have this in the late game, but I don't think we need it like right now. And the rest looks fine. We do have some amount of card draw. Yeah. I'm not sure about this Factor Fiction, honestly. Like in the previous match, it would have been like a shock was so much better than that. But I'm not sure if that's where we want to be. So let's try like this, and if we see that it's not good, we can change it for game number 3. Alright. This hand does seem pretty fine. Kind of a tapland central, but it's okay. We're going to start with one of our creature lands. Because if we find a basic, then we can use this untapped. I really would have liked a better creature MDFC, like something a bit faster, that kills faster or something. We didn't get that, but that's fine. Let's play a cool thief. Ponder. Now, next time we probably just play the Watcher for tomorrow. Try to find a land, I guess. These matchup lands are pretty important. Negate is fine, but I don't see myself holding mana now in this turn. Okay. Dex and Pro is not bad either. I think I just want that. I'm a bit greedy, but I think it's fine. What do they have here? Okay, Ponder is not bad. I could do Direfleet Daredevil for their Ponder. I think I prefer to just play the Ponder, be condemned as whatever. Let's start with that. See what they're holding. Things is Tutelage. Oh, this deck. Okay. Yeah, this is a mill deck. Alright. So they have negate, lose focus. Next turn they can play Tutelage, holding negate. I don't think I can do anything about that. Okay, I need the land. And the Wandering Mine is not bad either. Okay, so let's do this. Now at least I understand what they are playing, right? And I could hold the negate up. The problem is they can just counter back. So I may just force the issue and a counter with this. Okay, they let that go. That's also graveyard hates in quotes against the Treasure Cruise. No, I need lands here. Okay. At least a counterspell is good. This focus is also uncounterable, so if they don't tap out for things Tutelage here, oh, they will. Okay. Alright. So here I could tap out for the Settler, but that just gets countered. So I don't want that. Probably want this thing, Watcher. Let me play my Pikers. Okay. Another negate is fine. I really have too many counter spells. I can Ghostly Flicker end of turn, that's not bad. I can like kind of exile this or whatever. So I can get back whatever I put down here. Maybe just the land. Yeah. I want to be greedy, but I think it's correct not to be greedy here. And I will flicker response to removal, but I might also just flicker end of turn. Yeah, I think this is fine. I could flicker one of these lands, but I don't think I want to do that just yet. Also this just holds the negate, alright. Okay. Now, if I play the Goblin Settler, they can just kick the Loose Focus to counter it. But since I don't have anything else to be doing, I think I'm going to do it. I think I just use the Loose Focus we know they have in their hand. Okay. Again, we are just trading things. Alright, and now we have negate up. We already tripped 2 counters from them. I don't want to be drawing cards with this charm, I don't think. Okay, at least they can't really activate this just yet. Okay, so far they haven't doubled their triggers. So as a refresher, they need to mill 2 non-land cards with the same color. And so far we've been lucky. Okay. Do I hold that land? It's good with Easter Charm if I need to do that. It's also good with Thirst. So I think I'll hold it. Okay, now they get a double trigger because they mill 2 blue cards. Day of Judgment, I kind of need to counter this. Alright. Do you have a counter back? From their point of view, trading cards here is fine because they have the Treasure Cruise. But I don't think they know what we have in hand, that we have like a negate and no focus. Okay, I might just go for the draw to discard 2 if I find. Oh wait, I think I got. Okay, I still have the Goblins. No, I think I just hold to my lands here and do it end of turn if I do it. Okay, there we milled Probe and Wizard. Wow, I think we could have drawn this, right? Because we can't trade the Decktech and Probe. That's fine. We can counter that. Alright. Is this good enough? Counter that with 1 replicate. So we can hold another Easter Charm in case we need it. It would be weird, but alright, we won. That was close. I'm not sure what they were playing here. Like, I don't think that's like a winning proposition when you have like a control plan and you know, a hole in mind kind of plan. It's kind of difficult to make both things work. Alright, so I'm going to cut the video here. I need to get to work. But yeah, just a couple of feelings about this what's it called? This deck. This deck is kind of fun. I don't know if I need all 8 of the creature lands. Maybe the wizards are a bit too bad. I think I like the warriors. So maybe you can cut like 2 of these for other lands. And go more into the just flicker value control plan. Also, there might be other combos you can find. I didn't do an exhaustive search on all the ATVs in ESET, but like I think I have like a really cool set of cards here to be flickering. But maybe you want like more elementalists to try to assemble the memory lapse combo because you need 2 of them. Maybe you can find like a creature that generates enough mana that you can flicker and generate infinite mana. I wasn't able to find any. Like the creatures that ETB and generate mana normally generate red mana, and I don't care for that. you kind of need to generate blue mana. And lastly, this is like a very too much junk even for me combo. You can actually flicker Iset Boiler Works. Why? You can flicker an Iset Boiler Works if I find it. I don't know why it's not working. Okay, there we go. An Iset Boiler Works, which is has two downsides, and they're stopped and you return a land with ATVs, but you can mitigate those with Blood Sun. It's one of my favorite combos, by the way. If you have Blood Sun and those Karus, you can actually, the lands actually enter untapped, so that's pretty good. So you can have like Blood Sun, untapped duels. You can also play Flicker, and then every Flicker can generate 2 mana. So if you have almost anything that just makes this cheaper, like a Goblin Electromancer or something like that, then you can actually generate infinite Ghostly Flickers. I don't know if that's good enough. You can also use Frantic Search if you're in the Wilson plan, because you will have like 4 dual lands, right? Or lands that are for 2 mana, so then Frantic Search generates a lot of mana, and you can try to combo that way. Also, if you have like Frantic Search generating mana, Ghostly Flicker, and you flicker 2 Elementalists or Archaeomancers, you get back those, and you can generate mana with the Frantic Search. With Frantic Search, if you have 3 Karus, it generates 6 mana. You can do that plus Flicker, and that way you can generate infinite mana. Infinite mana. That way you can generate neutral mana but draw your deck, and then you find a way of winning. But that's too junk for me, so that would be like 4 Blood Sun, which is already a bad card, but whatever. 4 Blood Sun, 4 Karus, and then like you need like the full 4 Elementalist plus Flicker, and that way you can just draw your deck and then find a way of winning, whatever, because you draw 2 and discard 2 with the Frantic Search. That's a more combo oriented plan here. This is more of a mid-range Flicker strategy, but yeah, so far really impressed with Wandering Mind and Watcher for Tomorrow just as a value creatures. Just trading with anything and getting a card worth value is pretty good. Wandering Mind also really nice at pressuring opponents. In other formats, this can just kill Planeswalkers because it flies. But in our format, in Penny is not really doing that. And lastly, I think Golden Statue in the main is kind of too cute. I will probably got this. I don't think this is in our game plan interest. It's a nice, it's something nice to have, but I don't think it's something that you want to have in the main deck. So probably got this. Yeah, that's basically it. Probably the Thirst for Discovery too. It's a good card, but I don't think we need more card draw. Like, if you want card draw, maybe you want to have like more Wandering Minds or something like that. So yeah, that was basically it. I would cut this, I think. I would cut this for and find better cards to be playing. That was it. Thank you so much for watching. And sorry it wasn't a full video, but I wanted to put something out because I haven't been uploading in a while. And recently I just changed jobs, and it's kind of difficult to find time to make like full leagues. Because what I end up doing is like play 3 games now, then play a couple games later, and that kind of messes up with my recording kind of situation. So probably going to start uploading a bit less, but I'm really happy with my new job, so yeah, you can be happy too. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.